The flock of pigeons suddenly all took flight at once. Dashing through the cloud of hastily flying pigeons were several men in coats that didn't suit the park, all headed towards them. Dead. In this heat, it was impossible that they could be wearing coats and unnaturally sticking their hands in their pockets. It almost made it seem like they were messing around, just like running children. Everyone! Get down! Huh? Look out, Yuki! Suddenly, a speeding car flew at them. In the place they had standing a moment ago, the bouquet of roses lay cruelly scattered and crushed. Bitch! If Alan hadn't grabbed the Yuki and jumped back, then right now she would be. Alan, you're a god. Was that a drunk driver in the middle of the day? No, these guys were sober. Nice try. All the car doors flew open and flew out several grim-faced suited men who clearly weren't city folk enjoying this warm Sunday. In their hands were handguns. Do it. Kill them. Shouldn't you be paying me for the roses and saying sorry first? Alan. Fuck. Alan, please. Just kill her. Just kill. No. Don't kill her. Kill them. I misspoke. I was kidding. They aren't even paying attention to me. Yeah, they're 100% focused on her. Fuck. Now I'm getting fucking Umineko vibe music over here. Jesus. Which means... Yuki, run away! Run! Huh? What's going on? The men were clearly going after Yuki. Though they grappled with Alan, they were aiming for Yuki behind his shoulders. Die, Lee! Alan, just fucking go off. King! Save her. For the love of God. That's all I care about. I don't care what happens. Just fucking make sure she doesn't die. Oh, Jesus, please. Yes! I should get speed bonuses for that. The three cars skidded wildly. Thugs poured out of their car doors one after another. This time they weren't using handguns. They even had machine guns and shotguns. I'm so fucked! They're just trying to start a war right in this noon heat. The hall was a madhouse of screams and gunfire. Now, doing it here is bold. The audience was in a panic, everyone fighting to get out first. The guards who hesitated to fire because they didn't want to hit ordinary city folk were fired upon without hesitation by an unknown enemy. Several people had been hit by stray bullets, and there were several in the hall moaning with fatal wounds. Everyone get down! That includes you. Get Madam Rose out of here. Rose is the only one we're going for. Yeah, get fucked, bitch. Like, there's 0% chance these guys kill Rose. Literally 0. I'm so fucking confident. There's like an 80% chance for some other ones, though, to die, but I know Rose will be fine. I just want Yuki to be fine, okay? That's all I literally care about right now. All that's running through my head. Who on earth are they? They weren't the GDS. No, it was unthinkable that they were even Mafia. They were too cold. They were like reptiles. People in the criminal underworld don't shoot at cops without a strong reason. But these people fired at the police as soon as the disturbance broke out. No, they shot at the police first. Boss, the back door's blocked too. We're trapped like rats in a bag. We're not rats, we're wolves. We'll cut a way through, biting through them, bag and all. Wayne, let's break out through the back. If we can get out the front, the city folk will get dragged into it. I was thinking the same thing. You bastards, hear that? Yes, boss. Give me a gun too. I won't forgive them. I'll never forgive the ones who dragged so many uninvolved people into this. Hell yeah, strap up. You should have already had one on her, though. She should always have one, like... Oh my god, I got that. Okay, fuck that. Like, she should always have just a gun, like, either on her leg or something. Thank god, like, outcomes aren't determined by pass or fail events like this. Jesus, that would suck. Good enough, fuck it. Hey, thanks. Still missing. Fuck off. Yes. Stella can shoot me too. Fuck that. She can dome me. Though Yuji's like gonna die, like 1,000,000%. There's no way he doesn't get caught with a stray bullet. 0% chance. Oh, nice. Ah! Yuji, don't move no matter what. Stay here on the ground, got it? So they're coming at us in broad daylight. Don't worry, the cops will be here soon. Yeah. That'd be nice if we can hide until they pass by. They're hiding behind a toy shave, like a small mountain. They could hear the cries of children hit by stray bullets and the voices of half-crazed mothers calling to their children who weren't regaining consciousness. Unbelievable to think that someone after their lives would attack a park with children playing in it. The enemy's target was clearly Stella. Certainly she had been standing out lately as Madame Rose's representative. It was certainly possible that an enemy analyzed the current situation and would view her as Primavera's number 2, and consider her worth erasing. Nah. This is like personal vendetta hitting family members. Because Yuki's not involved, really. Stella's really not involved. She can say she is, but yeah, she ain't really that involved. Rose is involved, though, so. Let's run away into the city. Careful not to leave cover. That's in it. There's a surprisingly large number of them. I'll jump in, so use that chance to take Yuji behind the stack of tires. At this rate, we'll be surrounded again. I guess your prize sniping ability isn't much of use in times like this. And I thought I'd get a chance to witness your skill. Was it the gun or the guitar case he treasured? Even in this gunfight, Keith didn't let go of it. Case by case, looks like a handgun will be more useful now. Okay, I'm starting my attack. Just fucking take what I can get when I can get it. Oh, I could have probably gone for 5 then. Fuck, that was such a good line. Nice. So what are the police doing? This is a gunfight in the middle of the street in the middle of the day. Maybe it's because ones getting shot don't have US passports. You should stop grabbing onto me. Stay down. I'm waiting for him to die. Like, it sounds shitty to say, but, like, he's going to die. Oh my Jesus. Though Alan's getting the fucking dick of it. Jesus. Fucking 3 cars full of people. I got that. I'm fucking tilting at windmills. What is going on? Alan returned enemy fire hiding behind the car they had arrived in. Yuki, who was lost and confused, still had her head pressed against the ground by Alan. What's going on? What's going on? I hate the Mafia. I hate it. Yeah. So stay down. Yep, I really hate him too. Please don't try to lift your head. The police will arrive here any second and chase these guys away. See, there's a lovely siren of a cop. Huh? What? The police car, which had come rushing in with the blaring sound of a siren, was instantly welcomed by hail bullets. The enemy didn't stop firing until it started spewing smoke and crashed into a power pole. Are the police here? Did they scare them away? Hey now, I thought it was the rule of the underworld to run away when the police showed up. I can't imagine these guys are in our business. They're too crazy. The numbers and weaponry are on a different scale. What's going on? Did I ever do something to make people want me dead this much? Yeah, too many to count. Please, Alan, for the love of God, just win. Just live. Go away! Why do they get fucking screwed with the big guys? This isn't fair. Too many battles! Yeah, I went up a little bit. Even failing twice. Nice. Come on, Rose. You're fine. I mean, Rose is fine. Just because John takes over at some point doesn't mean Rose wasn't alive when she did. She talks about her too much. She had to have known the story of her. She had to talk to her. As good a shot as ever. But don't lean too far out. I know, I'll let you go first. But count on me for support. Watch your asses, you guys. You riddle them with holes even if it's your wife. Yo, boss. They're armed really good. They're well trained, too. Who are they? They're too wild. It's insane to fire off at random like that. Yeah, they are fucking insane. We can worry about that after we've escaped from here. If we stay here, they won't even be able to get a medical team in. Rose, get down. Don't you know dual wielding is actually way harder to hit? Ooh, I hit the Yuki card. That means she's gonna live. Confirmed. Oh my god. They had been hit by a surprise attack, but Madame Rose's guard was made up of the best. Once they got into formation, it would be hard for an enemy, even a wild enemy, to attack them. The back door was right there. Once they got out, Madame Rose's bulletproof car would be right there. However, the spot in front of the back door was sealed off by a firm three-person defensive line of the enemies. Sticking their heads out into the straight corridor with no cover would be like peering down the barrel of their guns. They tried to find a way through the windows of rooms here and there, but the windows were all barred. There were no alternative routes. Damn, it's like they set this up. Crazy. Oh, hey, look, they actually finally brought the fucking rifles out. Thank you. Now it doesn't feel so one-sided. I was being fucking stupid. I clicked it. Oh my god. Nice. Please, Jesus, end. End. I'm still a deer. Hello? Damn, can't break through. Reminds me of that time with Caleb back then. This is an office building. They might not have alcohol. What about this? A fire extinguisher. Yeah, that would work. The contents of the powder-based fire extinguisher were highly pressurized. If they threw it and shot it to rupture it, the powder would probably form a smoke screen. Well, it also could just kill someone. Like if it's like next to your foot and it blows up, it could just like blow your fucking foot off. However, they were up against 3 people. All of them had drum machine guns. Each one had enough firepower to intercept an entire charging platoon. A mere smoke screen wouldn't be able to ward that off. No, we've got to make do with this. Yeah, boss. It's likely they'll start pushing in from both sides at once soon. After all, if they keep sitting around, the police will probably be all over this place. The time was their ally. So for every second that passed, the enemy was more likely to push forward. If they push in through that corridor, though, they run into the same problem as us. They're running down a fucking barrel. There's no cover for them. Much as there's no cover for us. So you can just have like 2 people on either side of the door. Just post it up every once in a while. Just peek the corridor. And if they start running forward, just fucking hit them in the leg. They fall and then you just kill them. Or just hit them in the chest. Just fire down the corridor randomly. Gunfights reach deadlocks when both sides hide to protect their lives. However, as soon as one side is prepared to lay down their lives, it means a resolution will be reached soon, no matter what it may be. The enemy was after Rose alone. On top of that, they had her in a pincer attack. If they decided they could push forward all at once and massacre everyone, Rose's group had no time to hesitate if they wanted to break out of the siege. So there's no other way. Hesitating only helps them. Let's do it. Here you go. Here we go, guys. You scared? Not one of us. We can make it. I wish you all luck. Leo Shishigami took out 40 members of battalion on his own. We're Primavera. We'll leave behind the legendary knight whenever we have to. Yeah! And they all die except Wayne. Oh, wow. That one was bad. We're just gonna ignore that ever happened. Sure. This won't be nearly as cool as Leo's, but it will be still kind of cool. What's that, a fire extinguisher? Oh, God! They're setting up a smoke screen and charger. Here they come! No one came. The object dashing through the white smoke screen was surrounded in flames. Wait, what? But they noticed quickly. It wasn't Wayne's group charging recklessly, but a massive cart with a pile of cardboard boxes on it. They'd used this cart, which had been sitting in the middle of the hallway, as a moving shield. The fools, do they think cardboard boxes could stop bullets? Doesn't matter, shoot through them. Through them. Cardboard box and all. That's because you're too focused on that and you don't realize that they're actually just not charging. Damn, poor cardboard. You guys are just mean. Our bullets aren't going through it. Get back, get back. Never mind. What? Maybe I'm the fucking stupid guy. Oh. Jesus. Save me. Blast them away, baby. Nice. The cart Wayne's group had used as a shield was covered with cardboard boxes. Each of those were packed with blank forms that had just been delivered. These boxes had covered a cart the size of its Tommy room, 9 by 18 meters. Even bullets couldn't pierce through all that. The enemies had mocked this charge as suicidal, noticed finally that this was practically a tank, but it was too late. As the enemy left away, Wayne and the guards pushed back with concentrated firepower, quickly secured the rear exit. Even paper is unbeatable when you've got this much. Each individual sheet is thin, but they have this much power when gathered together. Oh my god, that's like Primavera. Rose, stay here for a bit. One man with me. We're gonna take a look outside. Yeah, boss. So they're fine. Stella is probably not doing good. Well, I still want Stella to shoot me. That'd be lovely. Oh, fuck! Got greedy. And now I have to make up for it. Dead. 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 Now run! Yuji, come with me. At the same time Stella picked up Yuji and ran, Keith gave cover fire fast enough that he emptied his entire magazine. Even in such an unbalanced retreat battle, Keith was terrifyingly calm. It was because he knew it was the ultimate attitude for survival. I'll cover you, come on. Roger that. So the question is Stella calm? Because carrying a baby is going to be really fucking hard and trying to get out of here. Because the kid's not going to stay still, no matter what. And that's like going to be like the hardest part here. Because I feel like either she's going to try to take a bullet for it, or the little baby's just gonna, he's gonna be just walking around and just end up getting caught in the leg or just getting hit. And any bullet wound on a baby is just gonna kill it. Still, you really are incredible. Even a graze would probably kill it. That's my line. I see why you were one of the 7 heroes. If my sights had been pointed just a centimeter to the left, Maurice wouldn't exist on this earth anymore. That sounds cool. They ran skillfully from cover to cover, sliding behind the bricks at the base of a hedgerow. One of the entrances to the park was right there. If they dashed through, they'd reach a large walkway with the city just beyond them. Crowds of city folk were hiding on sidewalks and stores, some of them crawling about, waiting for the hail of lead to pass by. Look, cops ain't coming because they got the order not to. If they escaped into the city, they would all have all sorts of ways to escape. Escape was a breath away. They heard a blend of several police sirens through the city din. It was almost time for the enemy to launch its final attack. Like, I feel like they're in the worst position. Because this fucking park, they don't give a fuck. As opposed to being in the street, it's easier for cops to get there, in that sense, if they are even coming. They're trying to keep us from leaving the park no matter the cost. Fast right over there, but it feels like it's 100 meters away. Apparently their enemy also realized that failing to keep them pinned here would mean their escape. They were taking big risks to surround them from left and right. Those logical, emotionless, ant-like movements, unheeding of losses. They move like soldiers. They're a hodgepodge of people back from the battlefront. They all move like a single team. I wonder if it's the whole military unit turned mafia like Caleb's group. If such an incredible family existed, I'm sure we'd have heard of them. Let's leave the investigation for later, shall we? First, we gotta escape from here. However, the enemy gunfire was fierce. They were fully aware of Keith's group was looking for a chance to dash out of the park. Oh, Mama! If we could just do something about Yuji, the two of us could break out of here. I guess we better step up to the plate. Of course, the enemy was ignoring Yuji, who had no gun. They concentrated only on the movements of the two guns held by Stella and Keith. So turn that around and... I see. Good plan. Strap a fucking gun on the kid. Yuji, listen to us very carefully. Would a 2-year-old sobbing in the middle of a gunfight really be able to run when directed to? No. That's going to be the problem. Kid's going to fall and they're going to shoot the kid. She's going to, like, go out, try to get the kid. She'll get shot. I mean, they're fucked because they have to babysit the baby. They're absolutely fucked. They could only rely on him having mankind's most primal instinct, the instinct to not die. It's a 2-year-old. It's not going to be able to run that fast. You're an adult with fully formed legs. Long legs. The two of them would dash out at the same time while simultaneously laying down a barrage in the opposite direction of the exit. The two people with guns dashed out, all the enemy's attention would focus on them. The gap would give Yuji a chance to run in the opposite direction. If he dashed into a store on the opposite end of the path, the people would hide him. Also, he's probably just going to instinctively run after Stella, if anything. Got that, Yuji? Close your eyes, count to 5 and run, okay? You'll get shot if you jump out when we do, so wait a bit and then run. Stay here, count, and then run. Got it? Answer me, you're a boy, aren't you? Scared by Stella, Yuji finally choked down his sobs. The people hiding in the store on the other end of the path understood through eye contact that Yuji would be running there. Okay, guess it's about time for us to go. Keith, if I die, take care of Yuji. No way. You meanie. Several times in the past when they were prepared for death, Alan had given him courage by joking in the same way. Keith opened his guitar case and picked up his gun. He had no intention of using it, however, it was his only partner besides Alan, and he didn't want it to leave it at his side when he was on the brink of death. Let's go, Yuji. Close your eyes and count to 5. Then run to the nice man in that store. Let's go so that Yuji can guide our countrymen into the future. I am so fucking proud for this kid to die. There's no way. This dude is nowhere near nice enough to not have that kid face plant on the ground or start running after Stella. There is a 0% chance. I have no faith in that. Oof. We shall wait. Clear! Clear, no enemies. Start the car. Madam Rose, prepare yourself. And before a fucking car bomb. We'll all run together. We'll all make it through this. Through this. Run for your life with me. Yes, madam. Should bring the car to here. Rose, get in the car quickly. Let's go, everyone. We can't die in a place like this. We still have a job to do for everyone's sakes. She looks scared and brave, like a goddess of freedom leading her people. Surrounded on all sides by guards, Rose dashed out of the rear exit. Oi! Sniper! She's fine. Stop. You're memeing! You're memeing! With a scattering of deep red rose petals, almost as though she was dancing, Rose crumbled. A cunning, cold-blooded sniper had been waiting there all the time just for Rose. Rose! Miss Rose, you may have declared your ideals has been worshipped as a saint by the people of times. But how could your people ever be saints? As a grimy rat of the criminal underworld, be surrounded by loathing and die. A bloody rose blossomed on Rose's chest. She can't die. She literally can't die. It's impossible. Impossible. The back of one of the guards trying to help her up was struck by a second merciless attack. The guards gathered around Rose and picked her up, intending to carry her to the car even if it meant using their bodies as shields. That's what a fucking bodyguard's for! Third strike pierced through the face of another guard, protecting her with his body. Rose! As Wayne dragged Rose's body into the car, he called her name in a half-crazed voice. Start the car, make sure at least Madam Rose escapes. Boss, leave this to us and go on ahead. Four shot punched through the neck of a man trying to close the door while pushing Rose in. At least shoot towards them. Even if your bullets don't land, if you can at least spook him a little bit. Oh my god, he's just in a zone right now. Just someone turn around and start firing up towards him. The fifth shot was aimed at Rose again once she was inside the car, but it couldn't pierce the bulletproof glass. The car raced off, carrying Wayne's tears and howls. Doctor! The blood pouring from Rose's stomach didn't stop. Wayne stained deep red with her blood, howled while putting pressure on the wound. It's just the stomach. As long as it didn't hit the liver or the, the other one. Fuck. The thing above the fucking liver. God damn it, I can't fucking remember it. I am spacing out. As Keith dashed in the opposite direction of the park exit and dived into a bush to act as a diversion for Yuji, he heard a particular sound of gunfire and rolled to the ground. It wasn't the sound of a machine gun or a handgun, it was the sound of a rifle. Oh, I guess they were just fucking snipers this whole time, just memeing and waiting. Why didn't they didn't open with a sniper here at least? What the fuck? Oh, God. So ridiculous. At that moment, he heard the sound of Yuji sobbing at the top of his lungs. Yuji? Cell rushed out of the bush and returned to the cover of the hedgerow they just left. Keith caught up to her and held her to the ground. Just as Stella had directed, Yuji counted to 5 and ran. Keith and Stella, who ran in opposite directions, should have attracted all the enemy's firepower. Wow, go figure, they don't give a fucking shit! Oh my god. Blood spurted out of the right shoulder where he'd been shot, and his arm twisted unnaturally. They shot a kid! You okay there, kid? I'm coming over. They shot a fucking kid. Yeah, kid's dead. Several people in the store entrance who had been waiting for Yuji ran to him. He's gone. However, another shot roar of gunfire pierced the back of an old man's head. What the fuck? The people would run forward, screamed, and ran back into the store. That walkway was a death path, with the sniper hiding somewhere waiting for its prey. Yuji cried even more, yelling in pain. By his side, a blood puddle of flour spread from the corpse of the old hero, who had rushed toward to save him. No one would be able to rush to his side now. Let go! Let go! There's a sniper. It's a textbook trap. He's using the wounded as bait to lure out his real target. Yo, didn't I say that was gonna happen? Yuji! Hey, only if we had someone with a rifle who could possibly scan somewhere. Though if there was a line of sight to them, he would have fucking shot them, so. Yuji was lying there crying just a few meters away. His sobs gradually weakened. It was only a matter of time before the massive bleeding drained him all of his blood. Keith picked up his sniper rifle and cautiously looked at the bushes. Going by what he'd seen when the old man got hit, he could imagine the general direction of the shot. Going by the time of gunfire and the time of impact, he could get a general idea of the distance. There's only 3 things he can do against a sniper. The first is abandon everything and run. You know we can't do that. Yuji will die. Yuji, answer me. The only other way is to cautiously find your phone and eliminate him, but that always takes time. He understood if he did that, Yuji would lose too much blood and die. But there were no other options. Those were the only 2 options they could take. He could shoot at the path, but he couldn't shoot us while we were in the park. That should narrow down the possible angles a lot. Exactly. Listen, Keith, we don't have time for that, so I'm going to bet on your skill. It was clear what Stella was trying to do. However, a cold-blooded sniper leaves no room for miracles or mercy. You can't just dash forward and drag Yuji away. The sniper is good and well-trained. Listen, he's trying to shoot me, so he should be focused on just me. While he won't have his eyes on you. Use that time to find him first and finish him off. If you just don't stop running, if you just run forward, it will be hard for him to catch her. That is true. But she has to zigzag like a motherfucker. No one could pull off a stunt like that. Someone could, that's right. Leo. I'm sure Leo could do it. Since you're a much better sniper than Leo, I'm sure you'll be fine. So please, I'm putting my life in your hands. Oh, what? Good game. It's impossible. When you're attacking by an unseen sniper and an ally has been stranded with a fatal wound, there's a third thing you can do. Die. You can give the wounded man a mercy blow by an ally and end his pain. If I could do that in front of Stella, would I be able to make her think twice about running forward? Yo, what the fuck? There is a 0% chance Stella would do... She would fucking kill you. You'd have to mercy kill her. At that moment, I was hit with a revelation I didn't really understand. It's okay, I can do it. I'm sure I can save Yuji. Use my genius eyesight to spot an enemy sniper and blow his brains out. After all, the option of abandoning Yuji never existed for the 2 of us. Stella said something to boost my confidence, then kissed my cheek as I readied my gun. Then her long hair fluttered, her hair hit my cheek, and I smelled a gentle scent. And she dies. No, it won't work after all. Stella, you mustn't go, you must... No. She's gonna be... Oh, no, never mind, Stella. I thought we were going back to the other place. Okay, we're still in this area. The instant she dashed behind Stella, covered Stella's head jerked back right before my eyes. Yeah, fucking popped. In that instant, the scene in front of me cut off like a blank black and white photo, and everything stopped. The characteristic piercing sound of gunfire came from a Mosin Nagant, 1891. Crack. I could hear the sound of Stella's skull being crushed. Brain fluid spurted out. Oh my god, I don't need to go into the fucking details! And bone fragments shot out. The crushing 7.62 bullet that had pierced the head shot out, spinning at an angle. The gruesome scene awakened the hunter blood that had been sleeping in Keith. The blood that had been passed down through the ages. Distance, angle, wind, gravity, air pressure, heat, humidity, everything assembled itself in the miniature world inside his head. Ah! As though protecting even Stella, who was still in the process of crumbling to the ground, Keith rolled out with his gun at the ready. The first shot pierced the scope of the sniper rifle hiding on the exterior staircase, landing on the side of the building, hitting and shattering his right eye socket. The second shot shattered the bone between his eyebrows. The third shattered the left side of his jaw. The fourth shattered the top of his head. The fifth blew the upper part of his head to pieces. Not that it matters at this point. All of that happened in a few seconds, if even that. But he was ready. Bye, Stella. So when he turned around, the dark red flower bursting from Stella's head was still spreading out. Stella's eyes were still open. She would never have a chance to close those eyes, much less say any farewells. But Yuji was still breathing. Ain't no way Yuji's gonna fucking live. He was still alive. Still alive. Screaming in anger and sadness, Keith lifted Yuji up and ran. The bullets of their attackers followed him ruthlessly. So Keith never had a chance to touch Stella or close her eyes. Well, fucking 2 down. Rose is still alive though. She got shot in the stomach area. I mean, if it hit her intestines, she'll bleed a lot. As long as it didn't hit like her spleen, she'll be alive. If it didn't hit her liver, she'd be alive. She'll be fine. With Madame Rose gone, Richard Mayuki will be the only remaining head of Primavera. I wonder how he will mourn the loss of his beloved sister and his entire family. I know, the only way to cure sadness is with anger. You can only heal your sadness by making enemies and seeking revenge. And I will prepare such an enemy for you. A sniper had been assigned to the group attacking Yuki. She and Alan had been trying to somehow wait out their pursuers by hiding behind a car. This whole time the sniper had been looking for a good position, hoping to aim at them from a good high location. A location he'd finally found. What happened to them? Are they struck? Terrified by my awesomeness? But I can hear sirens. What are the police doing? We'll probably be here soon. Looks like our friends out there are planning to pour in on us before then. To think they'd go so far to take your life, Yuki. Any idea what they might be after? Oh, guess that's bad. That doesn't matter. I'll always be on your side, even if the whole world is against you. Ellen, I'm sorry. I'm sure this is all my fault. I'm not a decent person. Yuki? My real name is... No! Alan, take the shot. Take the shot, Alan. Be a man. Take it! Lee Maizio, leader of City 23's GDS. It's time for you to taste the pain of losing a little sister, too. To heal that pain, you will kill each other. The manuscript for the false tale has already been written down to the last period. By now, all the information sources reared by Butler were in Gabriel's hands. By using them, he would use the City 23 underground to make it look like both sides had killed the little sister of the other. All the preparations had already been made. On this night in the city's busy streets, many people whispered of the war that would break out between two camps after today's tragedy. Just as a single drop of poison corroded the whole, it probably wouldn't take long for Richard and Lee to lose their calm and start a funeral war. And Madame Rose, the only one who could stop that, was no longer on this earth. This is justice. Justice's revenge. Father, mother, and my adorable, adorable Liz. Now finally, the time for revenge has come. She's fine. No. Yes. No! Yes! Thank you. You. Thank you. Queen lives! This is what I paid for. What? Who is this woman? Where did she... don't move, I'll shoot! I mean, anyone who lives obviously knows that these people aren't Chinese. No, I mean, fucking Richard's a fucking moron. So, I mean, I could see him just fucking taking the bait. Rose isn't a moron. I really would struggle to see Lee being that fucking stupid. To be like, oh, the Japanese of course killed Yuki. That would be really, really dumb if he thought that. What's he sitting around for? What's our sniper doing? Some strange young girl got in the way. What? Greetings, gentlemen. Pardon me for interrupting, but I have an appointment with my sister. If you would clear the way, I would be most obliged. Even considering they had been focused on the gunfight in front of them. Was it really possible for someone to sneak close enough to touch their shoulders? For a while, the men were stunned as though they had seen a ghost. Brother! Isn't that Lee? Major GDS? He's my big brother. Brother, help us! I'm gonna die. How long I've lived in the shadows eating dirt to hear those words. Thank you, Lee. You're cool now. Congratulations. You're no longer cringe. You can take the W. Only if Yuki lives, that is. Alan is the king. He gets to save Yuki and still look like a god. Which is good. As long as he doesn't... Oh my god. As long as he doesn't do a fucking stupid... Oh my god, you're part of the GDS. I can't be friends with you. That would be so bad. So gross. If anything, you'll be like, oh, thank God I can finally tell you I beat people up for a living. Why, did you think the Chinese martial arts stopped evolving once guns were invented? Well, the reason Lee had brought the fight in so close was that they were practically touching. So that they were practically touching. Was so that his enemies would be unable to shoot in fear of hitting each other. I'm surprised they even care, unironically. He pulled in one person after another, throwing multiple people at once, scattering them all in directions like a giant blooming flower. This was the one man who could fight on even terms with Leo, who was a legend even in the GDS. Damn, he's strong. Is that the legendary Lee? He's my wonderful big brother. So, Yuki's big brother is Lee Meijio? Oh my god. We have a fucking cut-in of him? Fucking dude rolling down the street on our side. I could have done that one. Fuck, that was just set up for me. Yes. Thank God, Yuki at least gets to live. If everyone else dies, Yuki lives. I take that as a W. We're winning. Only winning. Are you safe, young miss? Please hold on a bit longer. Boss backup will arrive soon. These guys are all trapped like rats. Hey there, brother. You're looking pretty sharp out there today. I don't speak Chinese. What did he say? He said, die, Japanese. I won't let you have my sister. No good. They have us surrounded. The attack's a failure. We mustn't be captured. Retreat! Retreat! Hey, you. Who are you guys with? People who go after women don't deserve to be called men. Y'all gonna get turned to scrapped and thrown in a Chinese cooking pot. By Lee's order, die bravely. Or, you know, capture one. If possible. Like, she can fucking throw a knife at someone's, like, fucking kneecap. Dude's never walking again. And you just restrain him. Holy fuck. What the hell? Yuki. Thank God. The tables had turned and the mysterious attackers got into their cars one after another and pulled out. Sorry about that. See you guys later. Bye. Claps. Watching this, the men of the GDS let out cries of victory. The identity of the mysterious attackers was completely unknown. They seemed to be Asian, but they didn't look like fellow countrymen to Lee. They'd apparently spoken in English, but they didn't look like a Western mafia. And more than anything, their methods were violent enough to arouse scorn even among members of the criminal underworld. Also, they were careful. Not only did they leave behind no wounded, but they neither did they leave the corpses of those who must have died. Wait, how? Identities. Yes, we'll investigate them right away. Pardon me, boss, a moment, please. Shut up. Madame Rose was shot. What do you mean? We don't know if she's dead or alive? Check! Wayne! You did well, bringing Madame Rose back. Excellent work. What are you calling excellent? Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! I know you want your revenge. I feel the same. I'll find them. I'll find them and kill them all on the spot. No, I'll be doing that. You don't leave Madame Rose's side. They must be persistent. When they learn she's alive, they'll definitely come and kill her. Anyway, we're moving her somewhere else. Somewhere we can defend completely. We'll move the doctors and drugs and surgery equipment there too. If they come before then, let them see just how angry you are. But for now, cool your head, sharpen your fangs, don't let the assassins get to Madame Rose again. As you are now, you'll definitely be able to protect Madame Rose. Yeah. Cyrus knew all about calming and encouraging men. At times like this, sympathy would be a little better than poison. Boorish and encouragement would just hurt him more. But Wayne was calmer than Cyrus had imagined. That calm rage. He'd accepted the reality in front of him and remained on his feet, glaring about, unwilling to let the assassins get past him again. Realizing this, Cyrus relaxed a little and asked about Rose's condition. It wasn't looking good. If the angle of the bullet had been slightly different, she would have died before even reaching the hospital. It missed the spleen and liver, baby! Since it wasn't just massive blood loss, but infection they had to worry about, it would probably be some time before they could take any precautions. Let's see. So it's up to strength and luck now. I won't pray anymore. It's not God or fortune that will protect Rose. I'll protect her as long as I live with these hands. I like that look on your face. I'm putting Madame Rose in your hands. That's right, is Richard here? Yeah, he just arrived and went downstairs. I see, and Yuji? He's even worse off than Rose. Yeah, he's a baby! He got fucking shot. Any baby shot is gonna fucking die. So you're here too, Merle? Have you seen Stella yet? Pretty much. You should go see her too. Or rather, please stay by Richard's side for now. I'm sure that as his close friend, you'll be able to support him. Got it. I'm on my way. He's in the basement. No, he left. If you ask around downstairs, they'll tell you. Cyrus went down the stairs. He was worried about Madame Rose's conditions, but he was worried about his close friend right now. I'm a cowardly woman. Why? There's this jinx in our world that smart women die young. Amanda, Rose, Stella, they were all smart, but I acted dumb. Women who are too smart disappear eventually. That meant I could play them off each other, and only I'd still be around in the end. That's what I used to think. Amanda disappeared. Rose also quit being a lady of the evening for all intents and purposes, and then Stella quit. See, all of a sudden, Club Primavera is mine. Since long ago, I've always gotten what I wanted this way. So when Stella said she was quitting as a lady of the evening to help Rose, that's what I thought. Haha, Primavera's finally mine. I don't really get that complex underworld stuff, but now I'm the queen of the ladies of the evening. That's what I thought. I pretended I was mourning over something stupid, but somewhere in my heart that's what I was thinking. If I try to live too smart, I'll die early, sooner or later. I thought that, but I couldn't say it. I didn't tell anyone about that jinx. I didn't tell Rose or Stella. If I did, would Stella have lived more selfishly and better? Maybe she could have lived a life without getting involved in a feud between Mafia and getting targeted by assassins. See, to be fair, it didn't matter what she did. Live selfishly. There's no way Stella wanted that. Stella could have been in her fucking house. They would have fucking killed her. It didn't matter. She wanted to carry the same ideal as Rose on her own shoulders. Yeah, she died. But no one can erase the fact that Stella bore her ideals alongside Rose. Unless someone inherits what she carried and carries it into the future, then it really will all be for nothing. Wayne. When did you get so smart? It's not just women. When wild dogs like you get too much unneeded knowledge, they die quickly too. It's fine. If my course fills a single puddle, that'll help our countrymen who carry on into the future. She had always made fun of Wayne, treating him like a kid. At some point, he had become so resilient. Hey, listen, Wayne. Sure. Starting today, I'll stop being dumb. On the surface, I'll act dumb just like always, but I really will get seriously smart. So that I can bear the burden that Rose bore and even Stella was trying to bear. In my own way, I'll give it a try. I'll get smart too. Interesting. Let's race to see which of the idiots can get smarter. Are we gonna swear to each other? Just fuck! Yeah. We will. We will. Stop playing dumb starting today. We'll get smarter so that we can bear the same things Rose and the others did. I'm sure we will bear it. Same thing Rose did. Still facing forward, the two of them bump fists together. Their gazes look firmly past the door to Rose's operating room, towards the future. In the hallway, someone affiliated with the occupying forces had just shrugged and left. Hey there, nice work. What's up with them? Here to make a report? They said it was for the autopsy. Sounds like Richard wasn't willing to let complete strangers touch his sister's body anymore. In the hallway in front of the morgue, Primavera's execs were gathered, smoking. Cyrus saw this and realized that Primavera's nature would probably change a lot from this day forth. Well, yeah, no shit. The consigliere sister was dead. It wasn't strange for the execs to come to offer their condolences. Respects. However, no one waited in front of Madame Rose's operating room except Wayne. Everyone understood who Primavera's leader would be from now on. Hey, yo, what? She's not dead, guys. Fuck off. Maybe if she dies, then you can do that. Fuck off, guys. Come on. Stay classy. Madame Rose's condition was bad. Even if she miraculously recovered, she would probably undergo a long recuperation period. So? And that wasn't all. You could see glimpses of their true thoughts. That Madame Rose wasn't enough to survive in a violent feud like this one. She already did! Madame Rose had certainly stopped the soy sauce war, but many execs were unsatisfied with how she ended it in a virtual draw. Yeah, it was a draw for them. According to them, the soy sauce war was a chance to crush the GDS, but she had let that chance slide. There was no fucking way. She had foolishly fallen for Zun's long sweet talk, made peace, and allowed him to form an alliance with Ba Zhongbong and turn the tables. As always, it's because she's a fucking woman that, she could have done better. It's her fucking fault for being stupid. Sad, but that's just how it is. This overly sophisticated girl who had given up a chance to crush an old foe wasn't fit to rule in the underworld after all, they thought. Also, Richard, who had always calculated things by the rule of money rather than idealistic theory, seemed to be far more of a realist. He's fucking stupid. I'm sorry. Richard's a fucking dumbass. No one had said it aloud, but they all seemed to understand that Richard had inherited the leadership of Primavera on this day. Like, there's a lot of things that Richard he doesn't think in a smart way like Rose does. Rose really can understand complex things. Richard's very single-minded in his approach. And it's not good for a leader. I'm surprised, so even you came. I'm very sad. The pain on my friend's heart is my pain. Thanks for coming, brother. So, you cheered Richard up? No, not yet. Richard still needs some time alone. I see. That's probably why the execs were all waiting in the hallway, unable to even burn incense. We were told not to let anyone in, but I think you should go. I think your support will be more important than anything, Grand Boss. I got it. Whew. Hey, Stella, how's it going? Wait, why would I fucking say that to a dead body? Yikes. Cyrus opened the door a crack, quietly entered, and then closed the door behind him. Ice pillars had been carried into the dimly lit room. It radiated a slight frigidness. The scent of incense drifting through that air pierced the heart even of Cyrus, who had said farewell to many people on the battlefield. This hospital was constructed with American capital, so of course the morgue was done in a Western style as well. The lonely Japanese incense altar seemed somehow strange and out of place in such a room, as though symbolizing Japan itself at the time. Richard sat in a chair in the center of the room with his arms crossed, his back silently facing the door. Cyrus quietly stood behind his back, but Richard still seemed not to notice him. Stella's corpse was surrounded by the women who had been her attendants. Apparently they were in the middle of applying her death makeup. The place where her head had been pierced was covered by a flower to hide it. Oh, ew. Cyrus sighed. Richard finally seemed to notice that he was there. You mind if I set out incense too? Please do. My sister will be happy. She was so beautiful. Even God took a liking to her. I'm sure Stella's happy to be called for while she's still young. Cyrus turned around and finally looked at Richard's face. All those feelings that didn't show in his voice showed on his face. He looked like a ghost. You could tell at a glance that he was a man crushed by deep sadness and indignation, while only barely managing to act sane. Richard, don't misunderstand, I'm fine. Liar. Normally Cyrus would have said this, but he swallowed his words. Yeah, I feel like at a time like this, you can be a little chill. I formed a link to the future along with Stella. The future, Yuji is still alive. That's right, Yuji's okay, isn't he? He's only shot in the shoulder. That's far less of a fatal wound than what happened to Rose. Indeed. The shoulder, just the shoulder. He may be handicapped to some degree, but it's not a place that would threaten his life. Yes. Someone told me a minute ago, children have incredible powers of recovery. It might be a major wound for an adult, but I'm sure Yuji will be fine. If it's his right shoulder, it's very, very likely he could have gotten hit in a very important artery. So, it's actually really bad if it's his right shoulder. Even in his left shoulder, there's still like trunks of veins that run through like your clavicles and stuff. And up in that area, it's very, very risky to get hit there and die. There's a lot of blood because, your fucking head. Did no one tell him that Yuji's true condition was? Or had someone worded it in a way to give Richard hope? Of course they give him hope. He just lost his fucking sister. Why would the fuck would a doctor be like, oh yeah, and by the way, this kid's about to die too? Sucks to suck. You better get prepared for both. What would... Oh god, that would be awful. True enough, Rose was hit in the gut. Yuji was hit in the shoulder. However, Rose was driven to a hospital right after getting shot. Yuji, on the other hand, was a 2-year-old. He's just smaller. Even the same amount of blood poured out, an adult like Rose and a child like Yuji would be in completely different situations. Yeah, of course. Percentage-wise, the amount of blood lost on Yuji would be unimaginable in a human. Probably at least a half or three-quarters. Yes, do you remember Keith Kisaragi of Battalion? That crack sniper who finished off Davis. Without him, Yuji would have been in danger too, thanks to him. Please thank him yourself as well. Cyrus had been sure Richard would call Keith pathetic for failing to protect Stella despite being with her. Cyrus silently respected his friend's strength of character, since he could easily have blamed Keith. Oh, don't worry, that fucking blame will definitely come out if Yuji dies. I have full confidence in that. At this moment, Keith was waiting in front of Yuji's hospital room, praying to the god he believed in. His eyes were puffed and red with tears. However, these tears certainly weren't crushed by despair. Yuji is still alive, and I can bear the same burden Stella was trying to bear. Because Richard had acknowledged this with a single word, Keith was able to remain there. Keith, if I die, take care of Yuji. No way. You meaning? Yuji is our child. I'll definitely carry Yuji to the future in your place. I understand, old friend. Leave the rest to me and stay with Stella a little longer. Thanks, old friend. You're the only thing I can rely on. Not at all. On the contrary, you're the one Primavera relies on. True, I must not falter in my job of passing our will down to our future countrymen. Cyrus clapped Richard on the shoulder and left the room. When he entered the hallway, a guard whispered something into Cyrus's ear. It was a troublesome condolence caller for Primavera in this nervous period. The execs formed a crowd with cold stares, standing in front of the guests. My friend Richard did not call for you. I don't care. That's why I'm here. Hey there, Lee. I hear they're after your little sister, too. Looks like your luck was good, though. Oh, it looks like your luck was good, though. How can you call it good luck? Today I lost a friend so close. She might as well have been another sister of mine. Thank you. I'm sure Richard and Stella will be happy to hear that. Would you mind if I go visit them? Sorry. We'll have to ask you to hold off on that. Can you let Richard be alone with his sister for a little while? If you came in, my close friend would have to stop being a normal brother and become the consigliere again. I would like it to be there for the ceremony. The young lord is away from Japan at the moment, but he gave me a call and asked that I express his condolence on his behalf. Thank you. I'm sure to let Richard know. Send our gratitude to the young lord as well. The young lord wishes to have an emergency discussion regarding this matter as he returns to Tokyo. I was also faced off against the attackers. They were Asian, but they weren't Japanese or our countrymen. This was surely a scheme to have us fight and destroy each other. Well, who knows? Can't be sure yet. The GDS promises to offer her full support in solving the mystery of this case. I ask that you pass this message on to my friend Richard. I understand. I must be going now. Lee left with his subordinates. However, the gazes of the execs watched him go silently went cold. They hadn't been just standing around absent-mindedly. They had already stretched out their information web, as far as possible, to learn the identity of their foe. From that, they got information from several angles, all of which had already reached Richard's ears. So right now, they couldn't let Richard meet Lee. Lee. Cyrus called out to the back that was walking away. Lee stopped and slowly turned around. Primavera is going to change starting today. Madame Rosa era's ends now, and something new will begin. From now on, we're going to make it very clear to the young lord. We'll make it clear that we're not as philanthropic as Madame Rose. God damn it. Dumb! I understand. I'll tell him. Madame Rose was shot, Estelle and Yuji were shot. However, Yuki was not shot. The GDS were also victims, but this incident was someone's plot to get both sides to fight each other. Sun Zilong had thought of such a story, and planned carefully beforehand to make it look that way. Oh my god, this is so dumb! Jesus. This is fucking why these people are stupid. God damn. The fucking brain rot. This was the information coming from multiple sources. What sources? My ass? Like the pieces of a well-made puzzle, this information fit together more neatly the more they gathered, forming a picture. When a jigsaw puzzle nears completion, you can tell what the picture is before you finish it. You can just ask fucking Wayne. Because they talked in English around them. He would know if those were the Chinese or not. But no, we can't just fucking ask Wayne. That would actually give us the fucking answer. God, these people are fucking morons. Jesus Christ. All Primavera's execs suspected the GDS in this incident, and were already half certain of it. However, all of this was going according to Gabriel's plan. Yeah, because they're fucking morons. It was all part of the plot designed by the man with the name of an angel, and the cold smile of a demon. All of it was fake information circulated by him after he stole all of Butler's underground information contacts. In the criminal underworld, history is made by emotion, not reason. Once the gears start moving, it eventually becomes impossible to stop them with reason. Slow down the music! Every part of the plan had succeeded perfectly. Yuki's assassination alone had failed, but the plan itself was more than successful. Filling the room with the sound of a classical music record, he looked up at his hands as though holding an invisible conductor's baton. From his side, Butler watched the scene, stunned. His frustration about being unable to stop this tragedy had subsided, and his eyes were filled with a dull gray. Shit's fucked, man. That story of Gabriel's upbringing that Butler had read. It contained a secret not generally known. Gabriel Caburaya had supposedly lost his family in a midsummer night traffic accident. His family had been returning home by car late at night when it was involved in a head-on collision. Gabriel had been away from home in summer school, so he survived. His parents died instantly as the young sister Elizabeth had apparently escaped with her life, but then her condition worsened and then she died. That much was recorded in his official record. However, there was a hidden darkness in Gabriel's true past, which Butler had obtained. It was a mafia head! On the night of that accident, an incident had occurred in a corner of the high-class residential residence area they lived in. There was a house where a certain family's exec lived. This house was attacked by execs from an opposing organization. The whole family was killed. Perhaps they were excited and exuberant at their big success in the murder before they were affected by alcohol and drugs. Oh, it was just a drunk driver. And as they escaped from the crime scene, they messed up at the wheel and got into a head-on collision with Gabriel's family. Damn, get memed. Top of that, they apparently had the luck of the devil. Though Gabriel's parents died instantly, those in the other car immediately ran away with surprisingly light wounds. His badly wounded sister was carried to the hospital, where she miraculously survived. Gabriel, who rushed to see her after being told of his family's accident, was reunited with his sister. His sister's eyes were open, though weakly, letting her brother know that she was still alive. However, some men he didn't know appeared. The men claimed to be the FBI investigators. They discovered that the other party in the crash had been a bunch of mafia men on the run from a crime scene. Were the men in the picture in the other car? There's a picture of mafia execs, and they questioned the bandaged girl on the brink of death, saying that justice could be served if they had her eyewitness testimony. It's not hard to imagine Gabriel, then a boy, snatching that picture away in an attempt to protect his sister. When her condition worsened and she died, young Gabriel was the first to discover her. He, the one who came to visit her every single day, was the first to discover her. He found his sister convulsing, blowing bubbles in agony. Oh, fuck. It stroked out. The hospital explained away this sudden change in condition by saying there was nothing they could have done to help her, though actually it was poisoned. Since the sister might have been a witness, there had been police officers posted in the corridor at the times, so no one could have been responsible for her death. And unless they paid someone off. Those who know, even without proof. She had been erased. Those men learned about the witness through her contact in the police department and killed a sleeping girl who may or may not have witnessed anything. When Butler learned about this, he felt as though lightning had struck him and understood. Gabriel, this person, hated to be the utmost of his being the members of the criminal underworld who had stolen his family, stolen even his sister, who had clung to life. Since that time, all of his history was an elite, had been building up to this day. They had been mass days, existing for the sole purpose of giving him power to enact revenge for his family and sister. The rest Butler could never have known, only Gabriel knew. On that day, young Gabriel had been completely sure that his sister had been killed. First, when he visited his sister's hospital room, there was no police in sight. Then his memory drifted back to a memory of a few minutes ago, and he realized. The man who had passed by when entering the hospital had been one of the men in the photo his sister had been shown. However, he didn't tell this to anyone, because he might be erased like his sister. No. It was because he had sworn to hide his anger in his heart until he gained the power to take revenge. Later on, the mafia members in the car that his parents lost their lives in a feud, dying as a result of their own actions. Yeah, their own actions. In other words, it had nothing to do with young Gabriel's revenge. Smoldering anger and sadness, and the heavy hammer of revenge, which had been raised but could never be used. Now, in this far eastern land, he would finally be allowed to bring it crashing down. Primavera and the GD asked when Gabriel learned that important people in both organizations had little sisters. Must have felt like a sign to him. So you're satisfied now, right? What's your sister Elizabeth is saying right now in heaven? How does it feel to steal the sisters and families of other people, Gabriel? It's remarkable, Phil. I have given them the pain of hell and eliminated from the face of the earth. That is the one goal I have been allowed to live for since that day. But it's not enough. I need more. When's that fucking meme about to happen? Jesus. Primavera was facing the time of its greatest trial. And 1 year after this day, Madame Jeanne unseated Madame Rose from her position. Oh, see, she did live. I have no words. It was all she could just to say that much. The story of Madame Rose was finally building to a crisis. By now, I was painfully aware that Madame Rose wanted to leave behind. However, it had not been passed down to the following years. Just like I once did, everyone thought Primavera is nothing more than a nationalist Japanese mafia. That's all right. It's because of my insufficiency. It's my sin for prioritizing the growth and strength as an organization above all else, instead of trying to communicate her heart. But in the half-century since then, Primavera has become such a strong organization. So now isn't it time to go back to the ideals of they once wished for? In their era, it was difficult even to move forward towards their ideals. But now times have changed and Primavera has gathered up so much power. Correct, and so now I must return the Primavera I inherited from Madame Rose back to her. However, she is dead, so I can't give it back to her. That's why I'm waiting for a miracle. A miracle? While Madame Rose may die, the ideals she dreamed of will never die. I'm waiting for someone who inherits her ideals and oh my god, look, it happened to be you. I will speak of them as I do now, passing them on. If that resonates with the desire to help each other living in the hearts of our countrymen, I'm sure the ideal will get revived. When that happens, Madame Rose will revive and lead us once more. Hey look, the new Madame Rose. I mean, I'm down. I finally understood all of her true intentions. I thought she'd pick me up as the only pure Japanese person in my company. But that was wrong. She wanted one of the future countrymen Madame Rose and the others had believed in. She wanted a journalist, so she picked me. The ideals of the analog age were worn away with nothingness, along with people's memories. But the era changed, and the digital age came. New stories and informations, and even hearts could be recorded and left for all eternity, and it was possible to leave behind for future countrymen. Then someday, when Madame Rose's soul resided inside one of their countrymen, Primavera would gain a new guide, and that would lead her countrymen to an ideal society. The car shook as I felt a strong sense of purpose. Even Toratsugu seemed somewhat considerate of my feelings. He understood my serious expression and refrained from turning on noisy music. The consigliere taught me that people have different roles depending on the era. What's that mean? Madame Rose's era was a helpless one, where the war had been lost and you could see the scorched fields being buried by foreign cultures. If the people didn't gather around the charisma known as an ideal, their hearts would surely have been crushed. And when the chaotic era came, even when all of her bravery, Madame Rose was a pacifist. She couldn't completely maintain the organization. So Madame Jeanne was a full-on war hawk in her younger days. It was probably necessary for that era in Primavera to have a new madam. So you're saying it was a process of renewal and demand by the era, a legitimate succession? Yeah, sure. You say that. Consigliere will definitely answer like this. People have different roles depending on the era. Even a talented leader might not be appropriate anymore when the era changes. As a result, it was possible to have some sort of political upheaval force a change in leadership. However, this was a mistake. The old leader was appropriate for the old era, and the new leader is appropriate for the new era. Even the new leader won't be appropriate anymore if the times advance and change. When that happens, there probably will be a misgovernment. However, that mustn't be used as evidence to claim that all leaders are eventually corrupted. An unending process of renewal, like skin. There's no point criticizing old skin that falls off after fulfilling its function. By doing that repeatedly, people will be able to succeed each other as the era changes. Yes, succession. Passing your will on to your countrymen of the future. Your mission is simply to walk forward with your eyes fixed on the future. It's a mistake to criticize the pioneers who have taken the baton, passed it down and into their long journey. This is the tale of Madame Rose, which was once buried in darkness. She wished for it not to be passed down, so the people who lost faith in her, in their fallen saint, and she vanished from the history of her countrymen. It'd be a good idea to take another look back at her tale. That's my mission. I can pass on my future countrymen all that Madame Rose and the others bore, or rather I can help pass it on. I've never been proud to be Japanese. However, now for the first time, I can understand the hearts of these countrymen of the past who entrusted the future of our countrymen to their countrymen of the future, including me. I'm not so conceited that I think I'm qualified to inherit that. Then I too must pass it on, for the sake of the future where the pride and ideals of our countrymen become reality. That is the mission we are given since the time of our birth. People, no. All creatures live for the sole purpose of living behind descendants. In that case, the pride of countrymen and a race must be the same. We're born for the sole purpose of passing this on to our descendants. The tale of Madame Rose will end very soon. It's my mission to listen to it all, write it down, and pass it to our future countrymen. August 10, 2013. Written by Hayashibara, Julie. Thanks, Julie. Julie's a fucking cutie pie. Yes! Done. Next season. I want to see Rose fucking kill someone. I think it's very, very bad that it even did like the whole meme of, oh, we're going in a new direction. I think that's really bad, and I think that's like obviously setting up. Not that they're probably going to be the enemy, but they're kind of, it's just like really disappointing. I am disappointed. I'm not upset. I'm disappointed. I feel like they could do better. Primavera people, come on, really? You need to carry on Madame Rose's legacy. That's the point of Primavera. Get out of here with acting like you know better than her. Like it's gonna end badly. But Yuki's fine. So yay, she's gonna actually show up next episode probably. I hope she just goes to America and just stays safe. Alan's like, nah, babe, we're going to America. We're gonna stay safe. And then it's like, yay, okay. Get married, have like 8 million kids, etc., etc. Nah, the meme will be that Julie is gonna end up being like somehow related to Yuki in some fucking way. She says she's Japanese. She's gonna be part Japanese and part Chinese. That'd be epic. Not gonna lie. Ugh, so bad. $53, 7, 8, 0, 10, 13,264,300 points. Easy money. I'm getting the 15 mil. Shots fired. Hello? What, are you going back to living in a city filled with the sound of gunfire in the middle of the day? The heck's Madame Rose doing? Seriously, these mafia men are all dogs. You gotta slap them with discipline, and discipline them right. If I were in charge, I'd take those men who treat guns like toys and do this and that. Bam, bang! Oh my god. Hey, Sean! Oh, yes! Hey, Sean! What are you gonna doing to the bread I'm trying to sell? You're gonna pay for that? No. Madame Jean! She's here! What fate has in store? While Madame Rose sleeps, the tale of days of Rose and Guns draws to a close. She looks so fucking good. Coming now! Or next time. Last season. I'm ready for Jean. She's gonna own me. Like a good girl she is. Well, fitting we'll be in a church as we fucking end. Kill Gabriel. All of that sad music. R.I.P. Stella. R.I.P. Yuji. Yuki's alive, based. Rose will be fine. And hope last season ends on a good note and not a depressing one. That's what I hope for. Until then, see you guys next time, and hope you all had a great day. Like, comment, and subscribe, and see you next time.